Welcome back to another episode of our box build. Obviously, this is Macho. We brought you along the journey so far. We are getting really close to the end of the build. The clock is ticking. We've got about a week's worth of time left, and we're not so sure that we're actually going to get everything that we need to get done in this time frame. But in any case, today has taken a little bit of a different pace. We've taken a break from building the walls. We've actually just about run out of wall boards. We're going to have to coordinate another trip to the Home Depot in the next couple days. But we're starting on drawers now. So Dave and Kurt are busy cutting, measuring. Kurt is actually dry fitting our fridge box right now. I've been still busy painting. I've painted a blister onto my fingers here. It's been a doozy, but we're getting it done, and I'm excited to see it start to come together. Let's go check out this fridge.
At least we can get it in there. That's the most important thing. It's just out, it's a little cattywampus.
There we go.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. Oh, beautiful. Oh, mother. That thing is right in there.
It's a tight fit.
Woo, baby. Right? Look at that.
Have you noticed that with me, David?
Check it out. It's like you got about 1/8 of an inch, which is all you need, but that's great.
I try to make it.
Wow, it's everything about this is snug shower pan. Everything is like
right,
kind of leaning on everything else. I love it.
Well, here's my problem. When I've always everything I've done with this stuff, if I err to the bigger size, I can't get it back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, I can usually shave something off of something.
Yeah, that's great. It's not even touching at all. You got a like 1/4 inch. It's the masking tape that it's making that sound.
It's rubbing on that wall just a touch.
Really?
Yep,
Okay.
maybe a little. See, I got a little gap over there.
Okay.
It's a little tweaked, but hey.
Scoot it in there, David.
There it is.
What you think?
It's tight fit, man. I messed up. I didn't measure for the sidewalls, so I messed up 1.5 inches, and it still fits. Barely fits.
You got the juice.
But this is the problem with trying to get this thing done so fast is, yeah, it's just one measurement, and then once you build this thing, you're like, uh-oh. But we made it work. We did the same, this type of drawer system is the same we did on our toilet and the van. And I think it actually worked out better, to be honest, because it raises the fridge up probably a good couple of inches. And luckily I had enough room in the top because I was going to put some plumbing on the top, but I moved those up higher, which that all worked out. But that's why I left extra gap on top. And if I hadn't have done that, I'd have been in trouble.
You also made some holes in there.
Yes. For ventilation, yeah, because in the van we had that 80/20, so there wasn't really any end caps. I'm probably gonna pop maybe a couple more holes on the side, especially on this side over here where the all the mechanicals are, where the fans and stuff is, just to help make sure it's got plenty of circulation, because that's the death of these things. If they don't have enough circulation, they won't cool down.
Alright, the time has come to install this countertop. I have put 5 coats of poly on the top, 3 coats on the bottom, sanded in between each round there. Before that, we put tung oil, 2 coats each. It's been sitting all week. It's cured. It's ready to go. And now we got to cut a big hole in the middle of it for the sink. But we also actually have to trim down about 1 foot or so off the end so that it'll fit in the box. It's always nerve-wracking, just like cutting holes in the box. You put a lot of work and effort into something like this, but, you know, I trust Kurt, and he's good with the jigsaw, so he's going to do an excellent job. Let's hope this goes off without a hitch.
Why am I doing this? So I don't scratch the wood. You put all that work into it. Definitely don't want to scratch the wood.
You feeling so far?
Good. I just don't want the blade to break, because if it breaks, then it's definitely going to mess the wood up. So these corners are so tight that I'm afraid the blade may break. But I got a few more, so.
And this wood is pretty thick, right?
Oh yeah, it's really thick. It's thicker than our last one. Because you got to get it sand and
done. Good job, honey.
Yeah, I think it actually turned out really good. We got one little corner that was a little, the blade got a little crooked, but I think we can sand that out, or maybe I can get it and just trim that little bit off. But
yeah,
I mean that's pretty straight. See, this side's a little, I mean, it's pretty darn good. I have to say myself, not bad.
Yeah, I'm happy with it. You can clean it up.
Yeah, and we got to sand it down so you got enough room, you know, so you can get your fingers in there and pull that out like that. It's a little, you know, gotta get that little guy right there. But that's the love of it. Once you get it cut, then you spend probably an hour or so sanding on it.
Yeah.
And then you got to throw a seal coat on it, and but
looks great.
Not bad.
Now we still got one more cut on this beast, and that's to shorten it down so that it is the exact measurement of our countertop. These come in 72 feet. These come in 72 inches. I think we have, what, 58?
59 and a half.
59 and a half we got to get it down to. So just one more cut, and then hopefully that's the last cut that we have to make on this thing.
Point. Let me get those. All right, get these wires, and then let it.
All right.
Let it down, and then we'll slide the rest of it. Ooh. Oh, I'm not even on the.
Push yours end in on it. Ooh.
Ready?
Yeah, go for it. There it is.
Woo! Snug fit, huh?
Still need to sand a little bit, maybe. Just, and then
Yeah, just
clear coat just enough to.
And then we'll be able to push it. I mean,
Right.
if I got to butter that a little bit, we can always hit it with the little buzz saw and buzz just a little bit if we need to.
I think good sanding on this end. And a good sanding and.
All right, well, good news. It fits. It passed the dry fitting test. It's just a little snug on the wall of the plywood here. And that's probably because this board is still bowed a little bit. So I don't think it's anything a little sanding can't take care of. So I'm going to get busy sanding and clear coat the areas that got cut out. And we should be ready to install it. It's exciting. Alright, so I think that's going to do it for my end of the countertop here. I have sanded it down after we cut it. I've put a few more coats of poly on it where it got rough, and got the cutout covered again. Had to resand that entire thing and smooth out the edges, so just got to let it dry. I actually ran out of polyurethane, so tomorrow Kurt and Dave are going to make a run to Home Depot. I know he's out of materials. We're actually out of wall boards. We're out of screws. We've just come to a point where we've run out of material, and we're kind of coming to a halt, which is a little unnerving because our time here at the house is also coming to an end, and we still have quite a bit of work left to do on the box. We're actually considering extending our stay by a few more days, and we have to make a serious decision here in the next few days if we're going to do it or not, because remember, it's probably going to take us a day or two at least just to clean up our stuff, actually move into the box and clean up our mess. So we might actually need to request another day here, or 2 or 3, 4, I don't know yet. It's just we need more material. We've come to a standstill. We need Home Depot! Shower. Now we only get one shot at this. We got these tile panels from a supply house here that's local in Prescott. I actually had to have it special delivered. I couldn't find this anywhere. We actually saw it on display in Home Depot. It must be an item that's either been discontinued or going out of stock. I just got lucky and found a little mom and pop supply house here in Prescott that we could order it to that store. And we only got 3 panels. It was a pain in the butt to get it. So I'm really hoping that we get all of our cuts and measurements right the first go round. Our shower is a little kind of odd shape since we got that cabinet in there. So just got to measure 10 times, you know, and make sure that we only cut once. And again, that plywood is still a little bowed on the side. So that's just been a nightmare all around, trying to get the kitchen galley in there and trying to make the shower pan fit and the cabinet and the bed behind it. So lesson learned, invest in your plywood. If we had to do it all over again, we might have spent a little extra money just to get the next step up for that wall there in terms of plywood grade, because that stuff's been junk. But I've got probably about 3 coats of paint on there plus 2 coats of poly now, so hopefully it'll stay put and not bend anymore. All right, let's get to cutting. right, well, good morning. This is the home stretch week. We got 1 week left here to get this box done. And our good friend Dave has parted ways. We're sad to see you go, Dave, but we are so appreciative for your work with us, your time here. We're very grateful. If you're ever watching this in the future, I hope you know how thankful and grateful we are for just everything that you contributed. Today we have got to get the rest of the shower cut and installed. We got a little frustrated with that last night and it was getting late. A lot more cutting than we thought we would have to do just because it's a weird dimension inside there. We've got the countertop to install. We've got the rest of the wall to build on the utility panel side, and then we've also got the outside wall here. There's a few odds and ends that we still need to clean up, and we've got to make a kitchen upper cabinet. We've got to get all the fancy wood that we call. It's like fronts for our cabinets. We're going to go to a wood store in Phoenix in the next few days here. And then we've got to get all that sealed and painted and installed. Then we got to clean up. We got to clean up our mess. So we got a lot of work to do. We're on our own. We're on the home stretch. Hopefully we'll make it to the point where it's livable and we can get out of this house. Yeah, let's get busy. So it's a bit of a tight fit. Corners, of course, were the most challenging parts to cut, but we got it all dry fitted. Now we got to get the adhesive on the back and get this sucker in there for good. I'll be glad when this is done. Want to check this out there?
Nerve-wracking.
Alright, well, I think we got him up. It was a bit of a frantic, quick action to get these things on the wall with the liquid nail on the back, you know.
Only like drying and
time's kind of working against you here. Just a bit of a pain to get these up there just right so that the lip of the bottom of them sits on the lip of the shower pan just right. Kurt had to buzzsaw just a little bit of that off so that it sat where it's supposed to. And we've got some clamps on here. It's going to sit probably overnight and let it cure. And then we got to get some caulk and make sure that it's watertight. Stuff's a pain in the butt. Maybe it would have been easier to do tile and grout. I don't know. I'm just glad that's over.
faster, yeah.
Is it working?
Yeah, we got 80 gallons to fill up, man.
Alright, so we come in. There's our 3-stage filtration system from ClearSource. It's the Ultra model. Each canister does something a little bit different. And then we follow the line all the way down to the back here. Our water tank is down there. You can't see it, but it's 81 gallons. Might take a little while to fill up. And then Kurt's got plumbing. Show me where you got it, honey.
So it pumps around the pumps down there and then pumps around underneath the shower and then goes up into the kitchen area.
Let's see, you can see it down there. That white line, yep, that PEX tubing. And then it comes under the sink. We got our hot water heater under there. There's our 4th canister from Clear Source. That's just an extra measure of safety and gives us a little bit of comfort knowing that any water that may have been sitting in their reservoir for a period of time gets filtered one more time before it comes out of our faucet. And so we've also got, so this is a bullfin shower valve. We're going to be using that to shower outside or hose anything off outside. And then we've also got the exact same model on our shower. And tell me the reason that you like those, honey.
Well, it's small. I mean, most diverter valves for hot and cold are made for homes. There's these big units. So to have something so small, and then the hose, it's a quick connect. The hose pops in there and then you turn it on and then you adjust the temperature and it's set. So there's no fiddling with stuff. I'm really excited to use it. I can't wait to test it out.
Yeah, and we got those locally from...
Yeah, AT Overland has them with a 1/2-inch NPT fitting, like a plumbing fitting, versus the ones that we ordered first were from the UK. That's where they've been invented, I guess, is from the UK. They have some European quick connect on there. So I ended up returning those because I didn't know anybody in the US sold them, plus with the right fitting on it for standard American plumbing. So those worked out great. So if you're in the market for them, that's where you find them. We'll put a link down below.
Yeah, and it just so happened that they were local here in Prescott from AT Overland.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
Yep.
And here it is. It's working.
So far.
Alright, well, so the plumbing situation almost went off without a hitch, except we had a leak. It was a minor leak. It's actually coming out of the hot water heater. One of the fittings was just not tight enough, or the goo didn't dry or cure, or we didn't put enough on there. Whatever the case, we've got the situation under control. Got the water cleaned up. Kirt actually ended up having to cut the PEX, refit it with the expansion fitter, and reconnect it to the water heater. And both of us are just exhausted now. It's the end of the day. We don't want to deal with another mess on our hands, so we are going to wait till tomorrow to turn the water system back on and see if we fix the problem or not. Yeah, I'm beat between sanding those drawers and getting these tile panels in for the shower here, and then going through this water situation. Oh, and we got the countertop in and hooking that plumbing up. It's been a long day. It is about 5:30. I'm pooped. I'm ready for dinner. We'll try back tomorrow. Say a prayer for us.